The only thing is I am an anime only watcher. If anyone drops a spoiler in the comments, I will kill myself. 3, 2, 1, cue the intro. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Weebcast podcast. This is the the podcast where we talk about all things and everything in anime, right? From what we're watching lately to what's gonna come up to new seasons, everything. So as you guys know, we're gonna have to do this over Zoom chat, and obviously with the face mask, everything with the new COVID-19. You already know what's up. We're all gonna stay in our houses, so being safe out there, we're doing this over Zoom. Of course, being quarantined in our houses, we have a lot of time to catch up and watch on all the animes that are out there. Catch up on old ones, watch new ones, everything. I'm your host, of course, Matthew Nguyen, host with the most. And here are my special guests. I got Kayla Ngo.
Hi.
And Tyler Nguyen.
What's goody?
And well, for this episode, I just wanted to go through what have you guys been watching over quarantine? What have you guys been just catching up on? New stuff you guys been watching? Me personally, I finally caught up on My Hero Season 4. So during the school year, I really didn't get to watch it. I kind of was going to wait and just kind of binge it all at once. Then quarantine happened, and I didn't want to wait. So I just caught all the way up. And it's okay. I felt like the first half was really good. And then it kind of hit into a filler arc. And so we'll see where it goes after that.
I was watching My Hero Weekly also. But then I stopped watching it because then I just was I'm just going to binge it all. I stopped where they were fighting with the kids or whatever, like Todoroki and Bakugo was fighting with the kids,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I also been watching Darwin's Game, which is a new anime this season, and Tower of God, which I just recently watched since there's one episode. It's been pretty good so far.
How'd you like those two?
Darwin's Game is really good. It's really good. It's kind of like Hunger Games, but more futuristic. And Tower of God, it has really good animations. And it has so far the first episode was a banger.
Oh yeah, because Tower of God just started, right? To control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was
Just
trending all over Twitter and stuff too. So it was crazy. So I had to hop on the wagon.
All right, Kayla, what have you been watching?
I've been catching up with My Hero because I actually started when it first came out, the season 4, and then I kind of whacked on it because of school. But now that we're in quarantine, I'm starting off where I left off.
Yeah, that's
yeah. So I'm at the part where they're doing the school festival, but I don't want to spoil it because Tyler, you're not there yet, right?
Which one? Oh, season 4?
Yeah.
No, I'm not there.
Yeah, and then I also have been just rewatching stuff like Darling in the Franxx.
Good anime.
And I also rewatched. What happened?
Or you just continue? Yeah, continue.
Oh, and I finished rewatching Naruto, which is long. So I was binging that.
I know that's crazy. Wait, from Naruto to
Shippuden,
like the fillers, right?
Well, I started at Naruto and then I ended at Shippuden.
You ended when Shippuden started, or you ended to the end of Shippuden?
End of Shippuden.
Dude, that's hella long, dude.
Like the wedding?
Almost end.
Like the wedding?
No, I didn't get to there yet. Yeah.
Oh,
what the heck? That's crazy. Who are not going to watch it for the first time because they're too long, and then you already watched 3 times, one to buy.
Yeah, no, this is my 5th time.
Yeah, I know people can watch it once.
Yeah.
And speaking of long ass series, you've been watching One Piece too, Tyler, right?
Oh my goodness, bro! What is
That's
it? I've been watching One Piece since the end of summer, but I've been on and off with it. Some nights I watch 30 episodes, and then other nights I'm just I stop for a whole week because I get burnt out, because I want to keep it fresh, and want my ambition to want to watch it, So I've been on episode 730 at the moment, and I have never skipped more than 25 episodes.
Are you even close to finishing?
I mean, right now they're still coming out with episodes since it's coming out since it's part of the
continued.
Season. So right now there's
are you close catching up? I mean, right?
Oh no, I'm 200 episodes away from the recent episodes.
No, honestly, that's not that bad.
Yeah, I'm in the Dressrosa arc, and they haven't even fought since I already know what happens in the later on. They're not even about to fight Big Mama and the Emperors yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, some other stuff that I've been watching. I also caught up on Sword Art Online War of Underworld. And let me just go off on a
Saw
tangent
that.
real quick, guys. Okay, Sword Art Online. Did you guys both stop watching already?
Yeah, I don't like it that much.
I
No
was
offense.
gonna start watching it, but then like I was just like debating,
Okay, I'll be honest with you, right? So the first half of Sword Art Online is like some of my favorite stuff. We'll get more to that later, but that's some of my favorite stuff ever, right? The whole
Mhm.
second
Yeah.
half, garbage. Second season has its moments, right? So I was like wary when they announced that they're gonna make the third season Alicization. And I was like, we'll see where this goes, right? I'll check it out. It's because one of my all-time favorites, the first part of season 1. So I was like, I gotta check it out at least. The first part of season 3, really good, almost as good as the first part of season 1. Then, like season 1, hits like a road and it just drops. And I'm like, fuck, it is just free falling right now. I mean, it's still okay. We'll see if it gets footing. But honestly, like, I don't know, man. It's so confusing. The war arc is like convoluting. It's nothing like Naruto's war arc, which was really cool. Intricate, had very different like cogs and layers. This was kind of like there's one battle in one area, and it's kind of very basic and boring in that sense.
Wait, is season 3 Gun Gale or is that season 2?
That's season 2, the one where he gets like
Oh,
becomes like a girl.
yeah, no.
Yeah, that one
I
was like
stopped there.
whatever's. And then the
That
second
was
half of
not.
season 2
Yeah.
is more focused on like Asuna and then her relationship with someone that she meets. And no spoilers, but I should like that part.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna start watching Sword Art Online soon.
It's tough. It's hit or miss, honestly. I know it gets a lot of hate nowadays. I feel it. I mean, I don't like season 2 that much. Season 3 is all right, and then back half of season 1 is tough. Anyway, I watched
Yeah, I
Haiku
think
season 3. That was fire.
Oh, I heard that was good.
That's
Haiku.
fire. It's still going on, so that's pretty fire.
Aren't you watching it right now?
Shokugeki season 3 and 4, fire. And I watched Ace No Diamond. So I watched 2 sports animes over this break.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You
Uh,
guys
so
watch anything
Paul-
else? Or
I was starting a little bit on Kuroko's basketball. What
oh
else?
yeah, that's a banger.
Trying to really think at the moment. Yeah, just those. Darwin's Game, Tower of God, stuff like that. Oh yeah. I also yesterday I watched since like before, like probably like 2 months before that, I watched one episode of Fire Force. I'm like, it's okay. And then I just started rewatching it. Like I'm on like episode 2. I'm on episode 2.
Well, that's what they started, right? I mean, like a lot of people get their footing in, and then it takes a while just to get like settled into the series. I know a lot of people that took a while to get into Fire Force. I mean, the opening is fire. It's heat. Is really what made me want to watch it in the first place.
Yeah.
So, like no pun intended. That shit's fire. All right, so I know everyone else is not only like we stuck in quarantine, but like the whole pretty much everybody in the United States, most of the world stuck in quarantine. Just some recommendations for them. Like, what should they watch? They're happy, they're sad. You know, if they want a shonen, they want a rom-com anime. Like, give me some recommendations, guys. Like, what is some of your like?
I would definitely recommend Darwin's Game. It has action. It's pretty not really gory, but it has some gore in it. Also, it's pretty kind of romantic. There's like a love story in it too. The last episode really is like kind of lovey. That's one anime.
Is Darwin's Game already finished?
Yes, it was 11 episodes, quick series, but it's gonna keep going.
Yeah, it's very bingeable. Very bingeable.
Yeah. The first episode was like an hour long, which like got the plot going. It was really good. I really enjoyed Darwin's Game. Another anime I'd probably recommend, if you want a long anime, obviously One Piece. Like I like the adventure in One Piece. Definitely one of my top 5 animes of all time, and that's pretty much it.
I cannot commit to that because it's so long. Like I know I rewatched Naruto, but like One Piece is still continuing. Like that's not something I could commit
1,000
to.
episodes.
Yeah.
I even watched some of the movies too. Yeah, I even watched some of the movies too. It's crazy.
I'm more into like rom-com, so if you want something to binge watch that's kind of short, I recommend Love is War Kaguya. That one's really good. That's probably my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of made a list right here just for like hitting almost every single like category for you guys. So I got for comedies, you guys want to be like it's a very sour mood right now just in the world. Everyone's kind of like cooped up in their house, don't really know what's gonna happen. So you guys want something more lighthearted, something to cheer you up. I got Psyche K. This one is also available on Netflix, so it's very easily accessible, I guess. This one's funny, man. It's kind of like a parody anime. It parodies on a bunch of different genres, almost like I forgot the name, but yeah. It's like a parody anime. It's very funny. And it's also kind of like a shonen. The character is pretty OP. For rom-coms, if you want something that'll kind of jerk at your heartstrings, there's Toradora. I was actually introduced by Kayla. I watched it a couple years back. Always still to this day, one of my favorite rom-com animes of all time. Both characters, very, very, like, some of the best rom-com characters you'll ever see. For a shonen, so that's pretty short, but also very good. Promise Neverland. I know I had a lot of hype heading into when it released. It was very hyped, very talked about. Kind of lost some steam now, but I think it's still like one of the best animes that came out recently. If it was a little longer, it'd probably be the new top 3. I would think the quality's there. Another shonen is really good is Haiku. If you're into sports animes, honestly, a lot of people kind of don't respect volleyball in that sense. But I'm like, check this out, man. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. And then another sad anime that's on Netflix. I added Haiku, Sekike, and this anime because they're easily accessible on Netflix. Not everyone knows how to stream anime or Crunchyroll or whatever it be. So these ones are on Netflix. Your Lie in April.
Ooh,
Classic
yeah.
romance sad anime, bro. If you want to
Yeah,
get
if you
into
wanna
like romance
cry.
anime, if you want to get into romance anime, this is a good way to start. Animation, top notch. Music, top notch. Story, top notch. These are just some of the best romance animes I can give you.
We'll have
That's
to
a
look
good
at
one to binge.
Also an anime I also recommend if I have this on. It's a place further than the universe. It's definitely probably one of my top 7s because it's also in the adventure aspect, but it's also, I guess you could say, girly. But like it's a really good anime to watch. Like
Honestly,
for
man, don't be hating on the
adventure.
girly animes, bro.
Honestly,
like-
underrated.
I had a whole
Dude, like
podcast with.
it's really good. Like it's just like they're there's a bunch of group of girls. They're just trying to go to Antarctica. And like with no plan, no nothing. They're just trying to go to Antarctica.
Yeah, some of my favorite animes of all time are quote unquote girly animes. Me and Qual, who's in the gym 24/7, just like lifting iron, right? Just burning iron. We sat down and we had a whole podcast about rom-com animes, going through our favorite quote unquote girly animes, talking about romance animes. And like we went through like everything from like Bunny Senpai to Toradora, Your Lie in April were mentioned. We talked about like what's that one? My Little Monster. We talked about Magic Madoka, whatever. And then we talked about like everything that would be quote unquote girl animes, right? And then we talked about all of them. Romance animes, we don't care, man. We watch all animes here. We are true weeaboos. Yeah, it's been some of my all-time favorites. I just gave you some of them as my recommendations, but let's dive in deeper to our all-time favorites, right? But we can get in pretty deep here. We can go from like nostalgia anime to like quality, like our actually all-time favorites, our most rewatchable anime, stuff that we like but other people may not like as much. Like here, just give me some of your guys.
My top 5 in no specific order had to be One Piece, Naruto. I know those are basic, but Demon Slayer, just because the animation was really good. I loved it. I love the storyline too. Probably Parasite, since it was one of the first animes I've ever watched. And then I really have to think about that 5th spot.
Yeah, so while you thinking about it, let's go to Kayla. Just throw out some of the ones that you kind of like or have liked over the years.
I'll give like a couple. So obviously Naruto, if you guys haven't watched that, I think that's worth. Noragami, especially because it's more of action, but there is a little romance in it. So if you guys kind of like that spice, I'd highly recommend Noragami.
Yeah, my 5th favorite anime is definitely Darling in the Franxx, due to like how it's like lovey-dovey and like a little action, definitely would recommend.
All right, I'm gonna go through some of my all-time favorites too. So first off, my pretty much probably will never change. I doubt it. Well, all-time favorite will always be Naruto. I know, of course, yeah. Well, I hear the booze already, right?
Basic.
I hear the booze already. But like we all kind of grew up the same, right? Like we grew up on Naruto. This is one of my all-time nostalgic animes. Regular Naruto, Shippuden, not Boruto, but those two. I grew up on them. I grew with those characters. Read the manga every week. Watched episodes every week. It was just like something I always did, and that's the anime that got me into anime, and then that's anime that really was the birth of this podcast. Naruto's the origin. Like that's where it all started. And then of course some stuff that I've gone to after Naruto, like after I got into anime, some of my all-time favorites there. We have Attack on Titan. Like of course, right? Every single season is a banger. Animation is probably you can't find any better. The storyline is great. The only thing is I am an anime only watcher. If anyone drops a spoiler in the comments, I will kill myself. All right. What are some of my all-time favorites? I mentioned earlier, the first half of season 1 of SAO. Come on, man. Like, some of the best stuff we're going to see. It's like a whole new universe, whole new different way to make anime. Animation is always on point.
Sure.
The story between Kirito and Asuna as they fight for their lives, amazing. Then they actually get out the game. It fucking sucks. Sucks donkey ass. Right? Fucking blows.
Yeah, I dropped it.
Yeah, speaking of enemies that fucking dropped the fuck off, Kami got killed. Oh my god.
What?
Right.
I honestly like the Kami got killed.
What? You like the second? Okay.
No.
I watched it week by week, right? I watched it.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll start first and then I'll let you monologue first, okay? I watched it, right? I forgot when it came out. I watched it week by week, right? I watched it every single week it came out. Loved it, right? I was obsessed. I had it as my profile picture on Skype. Like, this was like when Skype was popping and we were using Zoom. I had that profile picture on Skype. I had a mine profile picture on Skype. I love Tatsumi. Watched it week by week. Hit a certain point right in the middle, around episode, I would have to say like 12, 13-ish. Right after that bitch with the big-ass scissors dies.
Oh, my.
Right after she dies, it drops the fan. And I noticed because that's when Akama Kill caught up with the manga. So when the anime caught up with the manga, because the manga was about monthly release, I believe. When it caught up with the manga, it was like, fuck, what do we do? Like, we have really no more story to write. We have to make up our own stories. So it kind of branched off from the manga. So then they're like, we have to end the show in one season, yet they don't have really a script to follow. So they're like, fuck it, kill everyone. And so guess what? They said, fuck it, and killed everyone. I was like, what?
That was
really the main character dies. Like, everyone dies.
Oh, yeah, that's facts.
But still.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Here's your defense.
Yeah.
But I liked it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kayla.
I know. I said it could have had potential. Like, it started off really good, but then once they started killing people off, it just like it died. Like it died along with the characters.
You're so correct. The first half was some of the best things I've ever watched. I was so hyped. I was like, damn, this is my new favorite anime. This is so good. There's so much depth. Actual characters die. Characters I'm invested in that I actually care about. They're just killing them off like they don't care. They took it a little too far. All right, Tyler, why do you enjoy the second half?
I enjoyed it because like you are right. Like it did like get pretty bad when they like started killing like almost every single main character. You know, like why the fuck did they do that? You know, but like also I like that kind of like plot twist. But like if it was a little longer and they did kill off characters, I think I'd like it like a lot more. You know, but I still really enjoyed it because it was pretty gory. It had action. You know, I really didn't like it though. I really did like it.
Yeah, it's a common issue that a lot of animes deal with. It's like the anime itself outpaced the manga, its source material.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the manga was monthly release and the anime was weekly release, it's outpaced it. It happens a lot. I mean, that's why we have filler arcs, because it gives time for the manga to get ahead. If you wonder why Boruto has so much fucking filler, it's because Boruto is a monthly release, while Boruto the anime is a weekly release. So it needs filler in order to get that gap in between the stories, so you don't get what happened with the Kami got killed. And that's why some animes take seasonal breaks, like Attack on Titan, My Hero. They take those seasonal breaks because it needs time for the writer on the manga to actually write the stories.
I feel like if a comment got killed, took a break, it would have been much better and continued. It would have been hella successful because that anime was actually it popped off in the beginning.
Yeah, I think, or if it was like a little longer, you know, instead of like, you know, only being like 26 episodes. Yeah, you know, like it was just like they rushed into it so quickly, you know, to like killing.
It's honestly the studio's fault. The studio probably shit all over the series. I mean, they probably gave him only one season and they didn't renew it for whatever reason. I don't know. It had the chance to be a go-to anime on the tier of Attack on Titan, and then it didn't, so it disappoints me. But those are some of the ones I've watched just like almost like those are a couple of years back now. Those are actually old as fuck. Some new anime that I think are pretty goated. I told you Haiku, fucking goated as shit.
Demon Slayer for sure.
Demon Slayer's on that tier.
That's like highly rated.
bomb. Dr. Stone's okay. Dr. Stone's been pretty good.
I didn't really find
You
like
like it?
Dr. Stone that interesting. Like I didn't watch it, but like just from like what I heard, like people were
Premise?
just hyping it up too much, you know, like
It was because the
just
manga
didn't look
was
that good, you know.
flames. The manga was flames, and then the anime is okay compared to the manga.
Yeah, even my school friend said like Dr. Stone was pretty good, but like I'm just like, I don't think I'm gonna watch that. I think I'm gonna take a pass on that.
And then so these are animes that we kind of watched recently or as we got older. What are some like nostalgia animes? Right, some of the ones you watched early on, they kind of first got your foot in the door for anime. Ones that you hold close to your heart, but they're when you look back on it, they're probably not the best quality. You know what I mean? Like for example, I know we've all probably watched Pokemon, right? That's a lot of people's nostalgia anime.
Ooh.
I've tried watching it because it's all on Netflix right now, or a lot of it's on Netflix. I've tried watching it. Oh boy, it's tough. It is tough. Like animation, dialogue,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
story
don't.
doesn't make sense. All of it
Yeah.
bad. But for
Also,
some
it's
reason,
just,
yeah, I remember it as good.
yeah, it's just like repetitive too, because all it is pretty much just battling and
Yeah,
battling
it's
and
like
battling.
who's
I
the
don't
new
know what we
Pokemon
saw
today?
in it. I think it was the game that got us attached, really.
Probably.
But the
Yeah.
movies are good though. But the show itself is not.
I think Matthew definitely got me into the game and Pokemon. Like that's what like really got me into it. And then I don't know if you count this as an anime. I think it's more of a cartoon, but definitely like Beyblade. Do you remember that, Matthew? You got me into the
Yeah,
toy. I remember
that
that
actually
with
started.
William and stuff.
I definitely
You know?
count it as an anime because it started in Japan. Like it started actually
Okay.
as an anime, then they brought it over to America, and then they dubbed it, obviously.
Mhm.
And then yeah,
Mhm.
that's why they have like Japanese names like Chinga and stuff.
Can we talk about Sailor Moon though?
Yeah,
Like
of course.
that
Your
was
nostalgia anime.
hyped when I was young. But I actually tried rewatching it recently and it didn't hit the
Yeah,
same for some reason.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
we've all tried it, right? We've all had
I
to have
think
tried watching these old
yeah.
animes back, and then they're just not the same, right?
No.
Same thing with Inuyasha. I know
Yeah.
when I was young I watched that a lot on the television, but
Oh, that's neat. People would be.
like rewatching it now, it's like not the same. I think because in this generation they just keep coming out with like really good animes with really good plot lines and like the quality of the
Yeah.
anime itself is like amazing. So
We're
just rewatching the
definitely
old
older.
ones.
Definitely older too. I mean, yeah, some of the
Yeah.
ones I've tried to watch back and it's not the same. I mean, like all-time favorite. You're talking about all-time like nostalgia. Digimon. Like nothing beats my Digimon nostalgia, right? Like I've watched the new. Like everyone hates Digimon Try. Even Digimon fans hate Digimon Try. And oh boy, I loved it. Like I would say I love that show. I rewatched it like 4 or 5 times.
Oh my
Like that's my
goodness.
guilty pleasure anime. But the originals, like I watched it and I started crying. And I don't cry. Like I watched. You guys see my movie podcast. You guys see my anime podcast. You guys see everything. All my podcasts. I watched a lot of stuff, and I rarely cry when I watch them. Digimon made me fucking bawl my eyes out. I was like, holy shit, this is next level shit.
たける、忘れないでね。
Yeah, but then I watch back and watch the original series, and it's not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And same thing with like Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been trying to watch that again recently. It's hit or miss. Yeah, a lot of these shows are, even DBZ. Some episodes are not as good. I know people are gonna be
Yeah.
mad about that because
I
that's like an
watched
all-time
that.
classic.
I could not watch that.
But yeah,
Like-
I'm glad I watched it when I was younger, and I don't have to watch it now. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Z on so like back then on the Xbox 360. The first season was free, so I downloaded the first season on
Oh,
my
really?
Xbox 360. Yeah, and then and I watched it there. I watched
That's what the
first
Raditz
season,
arc, right?
or like when Goku was like super young.
Oh, of Dragon Ball.
hmm
Oh, damn,
And
you
then-
went all the way back.
Yeah, that was like the first. This was probably like 2000, maybe like 2010.
Yeah,
If
that's with
anything.
Gohan the grandpa, not Gohan the
Yeah.
son.
And then I'm just like, dude, like I can't watch that. Like I can't watch Dragon Ball Z. Like it just looks like I just don't know. I just can't get into Dragon Ball like at all. Like all my friends like Dragon Ball. I just can't get into it.
It's definitely easier when you were younger. It's definitely easier when you're younger to get to a show like Dragon Ball. That's why I'm glad I watched it when I was younger. Because
Yeah,
it's
I watched it
cheesy,
young too.
honestly, and the dialogue is always top notch. Animation's cool, but the dialogue is always top notch. It's really just really strong people punching the shit out of each other. I mean, I love it. I love Dragon Ball. I still watch Super. I watched the Broly movie. I went to go to theaters with my friends. We watched the Broly movie together. That's because we have the nostalgia with it. I think it's harder to watch it now. Like if I were to never watch it before, I don't know if I would be able to watch Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. It'd be hard. All right. Kind of winging this one. This one wasn't one on the script, but so we talk about all-time favorites. What are some all-time disappointments? Like when you open up the series, like for season 2, for a manga that you read, you're waiting for the adaptation, and you're like, this is gonna be bangers, I know for sure. And you watch it, and you're like, you know what? It's not that bangers. I got kind of sad.
One Piece.
Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Okay, just hear me out.
What?
Okay. So One Piece, before the time skip, it was fire. Okay, like they wouldn't drag out fights for so damn long.
Really,
right?
I love time skips. I've always supported time skips.
After the time skip, bro, they like everyone became hella good. You know, like they were like Zoro, still my favorite anime character of all time, rawest dude in the world. Okay, all right, but like. I'm on the Dressrosa arc right now, and like, dude, this man is fighting Doflamingo for like 8 years, bro. Like, I swear, there's like 300 episodes just on this Dressrosa arc. Like, sometimes like, you know, my love for One Piece is there. Right? Yeah, it's just dragging on for like no reason, you know. Like, so like Luffy, okay, kind of spoilers right here. All right, he got this new gear called Fourth Gear. Okay, he just like beat the shit out of this man. All right, but the next thing you know. All right, everyone thought it was over, like even like the citizens and everything, they thought it was over. But the next thing you know, Doflamingo's back. Like what the hell? Like he's just back to life again.
That's classic shonen right there for you.
Just gotta fight again, bro. Like they're just dragging on fights.
That's classic shonen, honestly. And if you can't do that, then you're not gonna be able to do Dragon Ball. That's like definition of Dragon Ball. Like Goku fights Frieza for like 3 seasons. Like this bitch like charges up a spear ball, and that spear ball takes like 7 episodes with like 8 flashbacks. I mean, it's crazy. This guy